Hey guys, if you don't know me, my name is Lisa and I'm the owner of Hello Happy. I'm a crochet pattern designer and I post cute and practical crochet patterns. This video is the first one in my new series called How to Publish Your First Crochet Pattern, and you may have guessed from the title, the point of this series is to teach you from start to finish how to publish your very first crochet pattern. If you saw the intro video I posted about a week ago, you'll know that I am using this Luna bucket hat here, or some more photos, as like the example to show you guys how to do a pattern from start to finish. So you can actually find the pattern for this guy on my website now, hellohappy.net, if you want to make your own. It would probably be helpful for you to reference the pattern kind of while you're learning, so you can sort of figure out what you want to do. Why am I doing this? Why not? So in this first video, we're just going to go over supplies, what you should buy, what you should think about buying, what you don't need to buy. So I'll just read you a list and then we'll go into each item a little more thoroughly. And then as each subsequent video comes out, I'll go into options a little bit further. Alright, so just running down the list real quick, you're going to need some kind of notebook, you're going to need a laptop or a tablet or a phone, you're going to need some kind of camera, you're going to need a scale, you're going to need a ruler, you're going to need a photo editor, you're going to need a word processor, you're going to need a PDF maker, and you're going to need a backdrop. It's a lot of things, so let's talk about them. First item up on the list is a notebook, and quite frankly, in my opinion, that is the most important thing. How on earth are you supposed to record a crochet pattern if you cannot write it down? Now, you can go analog, you can go digital, whatever you want, but a plain old notebook with a pencil will get you as far as you need to go. I did this for many, many years. I've got 4 of these absolutely packed to the brim with little tabbies showing where all the patterns are and everything. Like, I did this for so many years. Just a notebook and a pencil. You got it. You can also just use your phone. I personally hate dealing with a tiny screen like that, but if that's your only option, or if you just prefer it, just use your phone. And if you are very lucky and you can afford something like an iPad, you certainly can use an iPad. I have the, is it called the 12.9 Pro? Honestly, I got it mostly just because I wanted to play with Procreate. I saved up for like a year to afford it. But here's something you might not know. The most expensive iPad, the one that I have, is $1,200 retail. But if you buy it refurbished through Apple, they have a special area in the Apple store that says refurbished by Apple. It's $800 instead of $1,200. $800 is still a lot of money, but $400 cheaper is not something to sneeze at. So if you want to go that route, you can, but do not buy an iPad just because you want to make crochet patterns. That is crazy talk. Unless you're rich, then do it, girl. But like, the cheapest notebook you can find and a pencil will get the job done. I'll definitely talk more about iPad apps that you can use in the videos where they're applicable, so don't worry about that. The second item is laptop / tablet / phone. You're gonna need some sort of digital technology item to make a digital crochet pattern. That should kind of go without saying. But don't think you have to like go out and buy like a really nice laptop or tablet or something. You don't have to. A phone will work. It won't be easy, but it will work. The third item on the list is a camera. And if you are currently holding a phone in your hand right now, that's probably good enough. You don't have to go out and buy like an actual camera. If your phone was made in the last like 5 or 6 years, the camera is probably good enough. And the next item on the list is a scale. And by that, I mean a digital kitchen scale, which you can get pretty much anywhere that sells home goods for 10 bucks. So go to Target, go to Walmart, sit on your butt and go to Amazon. Make sure it has a digital readout, otherwise that's just annoying. With that said, if the only patterns you ever plan to release are for little bitty stuffed animals, then you don't really need a kitchen scale because you only ever use a little teeny tiny bit of yarn, right? But if you want to release patterns for wearables or for like big stuffed animals, you have to be able to tell people how much yarn they need to buy, or they will not be happy. So buy a scale. Just It's $10. The next item is something I would legitimately be shocked if the person watching this right now who wants to release patterns does not already own. A ruler. You need a ruler. Again, there's a bit of a caveat, like if you're only making little tiny stuffed animals, then you won't really need a ruler. But really anything else, you need to be able to tell people how big something should be at X point in the pattern. Like if you're releasing a hat pattern, and when it gets to X round, it needs to be 9 inches across, otherwise it's not going to fit. If you don't have benchmarks for people to follow, they won't know if their hat is too big or too small. So they might get to the end of the hat and it'll be too small, and they'll just be pissed off at you and never want to come back to you for patterns again, because how could you betray their trust like that? The next two things on the list I'm going to do together is like, a document processing app and a PDF maker. And both of these things have free versions and paid for versions and even more expensive paid versions, and I'm definitely gonna dig pretty deep into these when it's time to get to that point, but there's like too much to cover here. But essentially you can get by with just Google Docs, or just like the built-in like notepad sort of thing that's on phones, computers, and tablets, and Canva. Like you can use those completely for free and have no problems at all. But again, I'll do a deep dive into those in the respective videos. And we've reached the final item, which is backdrop. But this means two different things. You need a work in progress photo backdrop for your PDF images, and then you also need a backdrop for the product images, the photo shoot. For the PDF photos that you'll be taking, really anything light colored will work, whether it's like a white poster board or like a wood table that's light wood, like a blanket. Honestly, it doesn't really matter that much, but having a light background definitely helps your crochet stand out better, so you can take like crisper photos and make sure the stitch definition is there in your photo. As for the product photography backdrop, that just means a place. Like it can be an actual like backdrop, like a curtain, or it could be like your backyard or a park, or maybe there's like a brick wall nearby you like. And that was the list. That's all the supplies. So go get yourself a scale. Just get a scale. Get a cute little notebook. Whatever you gotta do, think about all the things I said, and then I'll see you in the next video. The next video is gonna be called something like setting up your pattern, and it's gonna just be all the things you need to do before you start crocheting. Hopefully I'll get that out about a week after this one posts. Okay, bye!